morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whenever it is you're tuning in. Welcome to Ticket Price, the only show that asks the question that matters: are these movies worth the ticket price? In other words, are they worth your time and money? With you as always, co-host and voice of the show, my name is Jake. Thank you for joining us. Sitting with me across the way, co-host extraordinaire, and the only man who can fight with a microphone for 2 full minutes, Tevis at Master Control. Tevis, how are you, sir?
I'm going to win this fight. I don't fucking
I
care.
don't know if you are,
Man,
brother.
I'm hyped up on coffee. I'm working on my third pot right now.
Wait, what?
Holy shit.
What? Why are you 2+ pots of coffee deep?
I have so much to do today.
Yeah, but all you've done is drink coffee.
I know. That's why I have so much to do.
I feel like you would get more done by drinking less coffee.
No,
How much time does it take to drink 3 pots of coffee?
about 2 minutes. It burns like a motherfucker, but about 2 minutes.
Do you blow on it?
Sweaty.
No. You're all jittery and shaky?
I'm ready.
If anyone knows how to edit podcasts and you want to
I'll
about
get
movies,
this done in like 3 seconds.
I know, but your heart will explode.
I don't care.
So I need to find someone who wants to jump in.
I'm on blood pressure pills, so it evens out.
Wouldn't it just even out to dangerously high, which is why you're on the blood pressure pills?
I alternate. I take a pill and I drink a cup of coffee, and then I take a pill and then I drink a cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah. You take a downer, then an upper, then a downer, then an upper. Balance yourself. Okay, Jake the Snake Roberts. Jesus.
Okay.
Your eyes are so wide right now.
I know.
I feel like you can easily see 50% more than normal just by how wide your eyes are.
Yeah. I can see smells.
You can see the scent trails from that pot of coffee upstairs as it wafts down here.
And it looks delicious.
You look like a Looney Tunes character. You're going to start sniffing, and then your body's going to float and follow the trail.
Hell yeah.
Good Lord.
All right, my glasses are fogging up and everything. Damn.
There's something wrong with you. All right. Other than Tevis's coffee habits, we're talking today. Well, actually, let's pause for a second.
Pause.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to October. We're in the spooky season.
Yes, we are.
Which
I'm excited
means
for this.
You're the only one.
Of the two, yes.
Because that means, instead of drawing movies from the hat, Tevis has curated a list of movies for us for the month of October to really get us into that Halloween spirit. And to also get us into all of the Spirit Halloweens that are opening.
Yeah, what are they open for, like
2 weeks?
3 days? And they make $20 million.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Then they shut down.
Yeah, shut down for 12 months.
See, that's the update or the mod I want. When I'm playing a city builder like SimCity or something, I want the Spirit Halloween mod. Where I can build abandoned shopping centers that just have an old Spirit Halloween sign. And then once a year in game, it opens and does business.
I'm not sure how that business model stays.
Well, I think it's like this.
Do they own other things?
Possibly. Let's assume they don't, though. They make buku money the 3 days they're open, right? Everyone who works there is part-time, so you're not paying benefits or retirement or anything. And your stock doesn't really expire. Nor does it really go out of season. Slutty nurses are always in style.
Yes, they are.
Same with slutty doctors, and slutty witches, slutty vampires, slutty sluts.
It all works.
The slutty couples costumes where the guy is a bolt and the woman is the nut. You know, and everything is just crotch level.
Okay, now I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're frequently replenishing stock. You just buy it in bulk when you can, when it's cheap.
Hold it for a year when it doesn't sell.
And then you mark it way the hell up and you sell it.
Sell it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just surprised they don't have more stores like the Christmas store that pops up and Valentine's Day store.
You
Here it
know,
is.
you're right. You don't see that with any other
No other
holiday.
holiday.
It's just Halloween.
It is. It's almost, well, it's kind of similar to the fireworks stand. Just pops up 3 weeks before 4th of July and then goes away.
Yeah, but then you see those firework, like the brick
The
and mortar
building that are
firework stores. I'm going, how in the hell do you afford this?
exactly.
No one's ever in them.
No one ever until 2 weeks before the holiday, and then it's packed.
Yeah.
And it's people spend ungodly amounts of money on that shit. I don't understand.
No, I don't either. I'm not a fireworks guy.
Me either. We spent $2,000 on fireworks this year. Oh, good job.
I spent $2,000 on bills, you psycho.
Yeah, no shit. I have food in my fridge. Thank you very much.
I put gas in my car and I filled it up, baby.
Yeah.
I didn't stop at 10 or 15. I let it
I
roll.
just clicked the button and then turned my back.
And then I was just like, doesn't even matter this
Nope.
time.
I can't wait for it to click. I'm not even going to look at the pump. I don't even care what the price is.
Easy, Rockefeller. What are you doing over there? All right. So, to kick off the spooky season, we are looking at Happy Death Day. Now, Tevis, when you let us know this last week's episode, you made the comment, if I remember right, that you are starting us off easy. We're getting a little horror light.
Right. Yeah. It's a little horror comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more comedy than horror. So, yeah, I'm going to start you off a little light.
A little light.
Yeah.
Because, man, I don't like scary movies. I get sweaty and nervous.
I'm sweaty right now.
You have drinking an unhealthy amount of caffeine.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is basically, I am you watching scary movies. Sweaty and jittery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
I understand why you don't like scary movies now, because I don't like where I'm at right now. I can feel my heart beating through my chest.
I can feel it beating in my ears. Okay. So Happy Death Day, released in 2017. We're getting fairly modern these days. Fairly. Written by Scott Lobdell? Lobdell?
Sure.
Lobdell. Directed by Christopher Landon. Starring Jessica Roth and Israel. Is it Brossard?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm here all week.
Helpful as always. Made with an estimated budget of $4.8 million.
I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
How much did it make?
Worldwide gross $125.4 million.
My God.
Here, and honestly, I don't even know if I understand it. If I try to wrap my head around it, I always get confused. It's Spirit Halloween. God damn
Yes.
it! How is it that you can't make any other movie for $6 and a pack of Bazooka Joe, but you can make a horror movie for that?
Yeah.
And it will make hundreds of millions of dollars. You will exponentially make your money back, but this only works in the horror genre. I don't understand.
I think we just answered our question as to why Spirit Halloween is so successful. Because horror fans will buy that shit up no matter what.
We need to make our own horror movie.
Yeah, and if you look on Amazon, there are some ridiculously stupid horror movies that I know have made money. Velocipaster.
To be fair, those are made so cheaply. Just, I think getting on Amazon made them money.
I understand that.
Although, I hear as long as your budget's right and the movie idea is interesting, but it's honestly mostly the budget.
Yeah.
Getting a deal with Blumhouse is easier than almost any other film production studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah. As long as the people who run Blumhouse can go, oh yeah, we can make money on that, they'll make fucking anything. As long as you can approach and be like, we've got a script, here's our idea, and estimated cost is this. We can film it in 2 weeks. And they can go, perfect.
Yeah, we can film it in 2 weeks, Saturday, Sundays off.
Yeah. It's like they know that they can just keep churning out low-budget horror movies and make billions.
Spirit Halloween.
We need to come up with a horror movie. I'm more of a thriller guy, so you feed me the big ideas, I'll pin it. The ticket price horror movie.
Sounds good. We can figure it out. Two podcasters. One gets brutally murdered.
No, I don't like this.
The other one has to solve the mystery.
While
But he's in a time loop.
But the murdered one's ghost helps him along the way. And then they have a very homoerotic scene where they make pottery. There's a lot of face caressing. Hear me out. No, shut up. Hear me out. There's a lot of face caressing and a lot of like whispering in each other's ears.
Can we get Whoopi Goldberg?
I don't want Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, see, the ghost of the dead one has to come and channel in through someone.
Right, but we need to find a new Whoopi Goldberg. She's going to want too much money. We got to keep the cost down.
That is true. Okay, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out.
Ticket price horror movie. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be huge, man. All right. Happy Death Day, nominated for 3 very minor awards.
I'm surprised there's even 3.
Yes, there were 3.
Any of it.
All right, Tevis. What is your history with Happy Death Day?
I have no history with this movie.
I find that hard to believe because you let me borrow this.
I know.
No.
Yes.
No, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Shut up. It is a film in your physical media collection.
Yes.
You handed me
I'd never seen
a DVD. What do you mean you've never seen it? You handed me it was an opened copy.
I had not watched it previous to this show.
What?
Because I knew we were gonna do a Halloween special for the whole month.
Okay.
So I went to a thrift store and I'd heard about it. And I knew there was a sequel, so I'm like, okay, it might be good. I saw it on the shelf for like $1.50. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna put it on the list.
Stop it!
And we're gonna just go. Absolutely.
What? What are you even telling me right now? You were like, oh yeah, I got it, man. No problem. Here you go. And it was an open copy. And I was like, oh, that's in Tevis's collection. What do you mean you don't have a history?
I'd heard about it, and I knew there was a sequel, so I was like, oh, it might be all right. It's $1.50. What the hell? What do I care?
What? And this is why you have shelves upon shelves of movies with no idea what's on them.
Meh.
You blindly bought a movie
for $1.50. It's not like I'm not pumping gas here.
But still, the idea is you were like, oh yeah, I've never seen this, and I vaguely heard about it once. We might cover it on the podcast. I'll buy that.
I knew we would because I was going to make the list.
Last Samurai. I'll get another one of those.
I still have no idea how I got that one.
Tom Cruise snuck into your house and put it on your shelf. We talked about it.
It's fine. As long as he doesn't do day and night, we're good.
Man, I saw that in theaters.
I'm sorry.
Anna and I had the best movie watching experience with Day and Night. Because it was just us uproariously laughing at our own jokes about the movie. But we're not talking about
Day. Were you the only one in the theater?
If we weren't, there weren't many others.
There were 2 people in the back, and one of them kept disappearing.
Yeah, one would disappear, and I just left them to their business.
Yeah, like, who's vacuuming?
Sorry, honey.
Anyway.
Oh, I thought the lights went out because the movie was starting. I didn't realize they plugged in the Pleasurator 3000.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't hurt yourself now.
Oh.
I am in awe. I am flabbergasted. I am dumbfounded. I am befuzzled. That you have no history of this movie.
None.
Okay.
So what is your history with this movie?
Well, I had heard about it Then I forgot it existed. Then you told me we were going to watch it for the show. Then you handed me an opened physical copy of the film that you pulled off your shelf.
It's a good thing I found it at that thrift store.
Probably the only place you're going to find it these days, but
Yeah, I don't know where it's streaming at.
I have no idea.
No.
As soon as you tell me if it's a movie we're doing and you're like, oh, I got that, I don't look. I don't bother to look. So no, I do not have a history with this movie. And honestly, it wasn't until I saw the cover that I had the even slightest spark of a memory about what this was. And then I went, oh yeah, I vaguely remember seeing a trailer for this.
Okay.
Are you looking up where it's streaming?
I am.
Okay. Can I get into it? Can we get started while you look up where it's streaming?
It's streaming on Peacock.
Yeah, but that means I have to have Peacock.
Yeah. And you can rent it on, everything else, but it's streaming for free on Peacock if you have Peacock. Which, who has Peacock?
Okay. Although, let's be real. We collectively, everyone, we need to stop using the phrase streaming for free. It is not streaming for free. You are paying a subscription to a company to have access to these streamable movies. They are not free.
Yeah, but you're not paying specifically for that one movie, the
Right.
$3.99.
Sure,
So,
but it's...
that's what I meant by free.
I know, but it's not free.
But it's free-esque.
The only true free movies are the ones Tevis lets me borrow from his library. At this point, I think I could go up there and put movies in your collection and take movies out of your collection you wouldn't notice.
Oh, probably.
You would have no idea. And you'd be like, why do I have Barbie's Dream Ranch Adventure?
I would blame the kid.
Kid! Quit messing with my movies. All right, are you ready now?
Let's do it.
The movie opens with the Universal logo that
Like
keeps
this.
resetting.
I like this a lot.
I did enjoy that. Yeah. So, you see the words start to come over the big globe, and then rewind, and then it starts to do it again, then it resets, and then I'm like, oh yeah, time loop movie. Getting it. Then we meet our main character. Her name is Teresa.
But
Don't.
But they call her...
Don't.
What do they call her?
Bitch.
Other than that.
Or excuse me, biatch, I believe is used. Also, this movie came out in 2017, not 1997 to 06. No one's saying biatch anymore. What up, biatch? No, that's not a thing.
They're stuck in the Clueless movie era.
You know what? Now that you say that, when you look at the main female characters,
oh yeah,
I feel that. The Clueless, the Mean Girls.
Mean Girls,
yep,
definitely.
That era. I see that. So no, Teresa has a nickname.
What's her name?
Everyone calls her Tree. 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 And I hate that.
Why?
Because that's the dumbest bullshit I've ever heard in my life. No one's like, oh, call me Tree. Shut up. I have met, honest to God, multi-generational hippies. And their names are like Buttercup and stuff. And no one goes by Tree. Well, Rainbow Sunshine doesn't eat gluten. Well, that's fine for Rainbow Sunshine. I don't give a shit.
But her friend Moonbeam and Tree...
No, there's never a Tree.
Yes.
No. Because they're more creative than that.
I like her name.
No, you don't. You're just saying that to make me mad.
There's multiple benefits to me liking that name.
You enjoying her name is multifaceted.
Yes.
What are the other reasons?
Because as the story progresses, her character changes and grows and learns.
Kind of.
And spreads out her
legs,
desires and her wants. And
her wants and her desires.
Yeah.
Her legs.
And she grows like a tree.
Let's put a pin in that.
Yeah.
I actually have notes about that.
Oh, okay. Cool. Interesting.
So Tree wakes up
She's kind of a whore.
Slutty nurse. She does not know where she is.
So, does Spirit Halloween have a slutty tree?
Probably.
Costume? Okay.
And
I kind of have a funny story about Spirit Halloween.
we just spent 20 minutes and you couldn't have brought it up then.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I was like, nah, no, we'll think about it. So, me and my kid, she's 11. We're at Spirit Halloween. We are coming through the kiddie section of,
Yeah.
you know.
You didn't go in the basement section, did you?
No,
Okay.
this one has everything out there.
Oh, okay.
So we're walking up the wall of different costumes, and we're on the generic side, not the pop culture, you know, character side. And I see this full costume of a dick and balls.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm like, let me step in front of this. So she, you know, well, she'll just glide right past it.
Yeah.
So I succeeded. I'm like, great. And then we get to this section with different hats. And she pulls one off the shelf or off the hook and she looks at it. She's like, what's this? It's a dickhead. I'm like, oh, damn it. I was like, yeah, listen here. Let me just put that right back. And she looks at it. She goes, oh. I'm like, yeah, let's move along.
Thanks,
I'm
sex
like,
ed.
how do you have it? You go from the infants to the toddler, you know, and all that, all the way up to the kids section. We passed Mario to Dick.
There was no buffer.
There was nothing. Not even a slutty nurse buffer. Not even a slutty Mario buffer.
There was no denim between you guys and the dick. It was just out there.
It's rubbing on the zipper. It's terrible. I'm like, God, terrible design.
That's why I can't go commando.
It hurts.
You ever get your shit caught in your zipper? It's the worst.
Beans above the Franks.
What?
Something about Mary?
What?
You don't know that movie?
I'm familiar, but I don't know if I've seen it. If I have, it was so long ago.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Ben Stiller's character zips up his pants too quick and he gets it caught in the zipper.
Oh,
And he somehow got the beans above the Franks. Beans above the Frank.
no, I'm talking about the Frank.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about your balls. I'm asking, have you ever got your dick caught in your zipper?
Yes, it's terrible.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not, no one's talking about beans.
That too.
Coffee beans or otherwise.
Anyway, that's my Spirit Halloween story.
Thank you for enlightening us all.
You're welcome.
No, the one I usually go to in St. Louis, there's a downstairs area.
Of course.
But it's like, no, like
Those.
that's where you find those costumes.
Yeah.
So if you're on the main floor, you're good.
Not at this one.
Nope, just out there.
Doesn't even care.
Just born free.
Somebody in corporate needs to look at that planogram. I'm just saying.
Who do you think originally agreed to the planogram?
Pervert.
What who is this Sonic the Hedgehog? Is he related to Ron Jeremy? What? Put it next to
Yeah.
the dicks.
Put him right there. That's fine. Right after Barbie. Fuck it. Assholes.
All right, so Tree wakes up in a young man's dorm room. She does not know where she is. She's not really sure how she got there, and she has no idea who this young man is. And you know what? She handles it all in stride. This is very much not the first time this has happened.
Oh, yeah. No, that's what I meant by whore.
Hey, I'm not slut shaming.
Me either. Just she's a little whorish.
I mean, I'm not pointing fingers at the whores, but if you do look where my fingers are pointing. Then, like, she gets her stuff, like, she so effortlessly and so nonchalantly just gets her stuff together for her air quote walk of shame. But I'm like, it's not even a walk of shame at this point because she has no shame. It's just the walk.
She's done it so many times.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's just her walk.
She gets back to her sorority house. I'm like, so we learned she bumps into other people. Some she knows, some she doesn't. She's a complete bitch to them.
It's very much setting up for the time loop. So you remember this person and you remember that person.
Right.
You remember this event. Because you have the car alarm going off and the sprinklers going off.
The guy who passes out during the hazing.
The
the hazing.
Yeah, basically.
That's what that was.
yeah.
But then I'm going, wait, these guys are doing a hazing ritual in 2017? That had been abolished before then, had it not?
Yeah, it should have been.
Ever since those, was it one or two college kids, those two guys, one or two guys died from water poisoning.
Well, this movie is also stuck in 2000.
You know what? You're not wrong.
So,
Anywho, so yes, but it does set up the routine.
yes.
Then she gets back to her sorority house because, of course, the slutty bitch is a member of a sorority, and then we meet all the other sorority bitches. And now this is, I say this with full meaning, but I also feel like it's also fully intentional. None of these female characters are supposed to be likable, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, you're not supposed to like pretty much anyone at this point.
No. And the movie succeeds very much.
Even the
At
characters later on that we learn are good people, we don't know that yet.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, everyone sucks. Got it. And reinforces my personal belief that kids are the worst.
You think everybody's the worst.
That's true, but this is a movie about college kids, and they're the
You
worst.
think college kids are the worst, old people are the worst, young people are the worst, infants are the worst, fetuses are the worst.
I think you're leaving some out, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what your point is.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's not surprise.
Whatever you say, Sarah. Sarah's the worst. Tevis is the worst. Podcasters are the worst. A bunch of
God.
opinionated assholes
Think they
ruining
know everything.
the internet, acting like anyone cares what they think.
Yeah, who gives a shit about your opinion, you podcasting fuck? Who the hell are you? Yeah.
Oh, wait, we finally meet a nice character. Tree's roommate seems nice. I don't remember her name.
Lori?
Is it Lori?
Lori.
Sure.
Yeah.
Lori seems nice. She's a nursing major.
She is.
So, now here's the thing, though. If I know anything about nursing majors, slut.
Well, yeah. Yeah. And they're not home that early in the morning because they're usually out either working or in class.
That's true.
So.
Or slutting.
Or slutting, yeah. Get me in so much trouble after this episode from anybody I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You let them know that I think they're the worst. And they could just...
They already know that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You
God,
know,
they're not podcasters.
this show would be so much better off if I just wasn't on it. That Jake's an asshole. Yes, I am.
You're going to quit, and then all of a sudden our viewership's going to skyrocket. Holy shit, look at that.
That's right. What they don't know, though, is I still have my shares of ownership.
Yes. Ah.
All right. So the roommate gives Tree a cupcake. Because it is Tree's birthday.
And how do we know it's her birthday?
Because Lori hands her a cupcake and says happy birthday.
It also says it on her ringtone when she wakes up.
Oh, that's right. Her dad's calling and her ringtone's like, it's a birthday.
Which I never understood that.
What?
I don't understand that. Like, why would you change your ringtone?
No, Lori changed her ringtone.
That's right.
Lori did it to be funny.
That's right. I forgot about that. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no, her friend's messing with her.
Okay.
So Tree takes the cupcake and then immediately just dumps it, top down onto the floor. She's like, I don't eat carbs. We're Kappas.
Yeah, Becky. God.
Lori.
Oh, sorry. It doesn't matter. They're all Beckys.
Wait, isn't the leader of the house No, that's Danielle.
Yeah. There is a Becky.
There is a Becky.
Yeah.
The chocolate milk one.
What is chocolate milk, Becky? What is breakfast, Becky?
Yeah, that's right. There is a Becky. Anywho, the roommate seems nice. She's a nursing major. Then it cuts to, so Tree very rudely throws the cupcake on the ground, realizes she's late for class, and takes off. My next notes. She goes in late to a quantum physics class?
She's a smart tree.
No, she's not. And maybe I was just not projecting. Maybe I was stereotyping. Maybe I was. What's the other word? No, I can't remember. Holiday. Maybe I'm stereotyping. Maybe I'm painting in broad strokes. Tree is not in a quantum physics class.
You're stuck in the Clueless world. You think she's just makeup and puppy dogs and.
Oh no, I think she would hate dogs and puppies.
I think she would kick a dog. You
they
think she
shed.
would kick a dog?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially if it was in her way. Also, I've been to a number of campuses in my day. I've never seen a quantum physics class with that many students.
I wouldn't know. I've never been in a quantum physics class.
That's one of those classes when you go in and it's not in a classroom, it's in an office, like a conference room. And there's a whiteboard, the teacher's chair, and then the 6 students that are taking quantum physics.
That's fair.
But Tree's not in either of those situations, so I call bullshit. All the sorority bitches have a meeting. How many times can I say bitch and or bitches before we get in trouble?
3 more times.
Oh, I'm going to break that. Send all hate mail to me because I love it. What I like to do is I take all our hate mail,
frame it,
and then I put it in a bathtub and I get naked and I just roll around in it. And I'm just like, ugh.
Paper cut, man. Paper cuts.
Good. It just fuels my essence. I'm fueling my essence. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I don't want to know.
I'm really liking all the meanings it could have. That's my next shirt. What was my first shirt? I can't remember.
I hate that joke.
I hate that joke. My second one is going to be fueling my essence. But the sorority has a meeting. Becky's late. She got food from the cafeteria.
She had to get breakfast.
And they're like, "What's breakfast, Becky?" It's like they're fat shaming her, but Becky's not fat. She's in fact just trying to get some breakfast.
Yeah, but they're still fat shaming her. Yeah.
Well, that's what you would call that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not incorrectly using that term.
No. I think no matter how thin they are, they're fat in their own eyes.
Right.
They're that type of girl.
And they talk about how we're Kappas. We don't eat breakfast. We don't eat carbs.
We don't eat.
That's true.
Period. You can smell the chocolate milk. You just can't eat it.
And that's when we actually learn that she's called Tree. Because I have it in my notes. Her name is Tree?
Fantastic name.
I hate everything. So, after the meeting, she meets back up with her quantum physics professor, locks the door to his office, and begins to make out with him because they have a sexual arrangement.
Yes, they do.
Where she is sleeping with him, and I went, boom, there it is! This bitch isn't in a quantum physics class, she's fucking the teacher!
Yeah, and I bet she's got a good grade.
She probably has the best grade. Sleeping with professor. The professor's wife shows up.
Awkward.
That is awkward.
Okay, I don't know this character at all.
Wait, say that again, but then say it multiple times in a row.
Okay.
They fuck you in the professor's office. They fuck you in the professor's office. They think my wife is never going to come here, and they fuck you in the professor's office. Yeah, baby. Man, am I on fire today?
No.
I feel like I am on a roll.
You are fueling your essence.
I have fueled my essence, and now it is spewing everywhere. Watch your eyes.
Okay. So I'm going to do that from now on till the end of the podcast forever. Like,
so like next week?
Yeah. After we get canceled for saying bitches too many times.
Oh, those bitches.
I have no idea who this character is of the wife.
Right.
This is our first time even seeing her.
And honestly, one of two.
Maybe.
Because even in the loop, it establishes she comes.
Whoa!
It establishes that she unexpectedly arrived.
There we go.
At her husband's office.
Yeah.
But other than what, twice, 3 times at the absolute most, they skip that part.
Right.
Yeah.
When the husband is like, "Oh, hey, sorry, my door was, jammed," and she's like, "What's with the door?" "Oh, the door was jammed. I'm sorry." "Hey, have you met my this is my student, Tree?" And the look on this woman's face,
She knows.
she knows, and man, it's hurtful. Just the look on her face, I was like, "Oh God, that hurt me." I'm like, "Fuck this guy."
Well, yeah, but even if she didn't know, you're like, fuck this guy.
But just the look on her face, the hurt that she has, I was like, man, somebody needs to fucking take this guy out.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to get back on my soapbox because I've done it for cheaters and I've done it for professors who
Sleep with their students.
sleep with their students or exert their authority over students, whether that be physically or I'm going to force my opinions on you. So I'm not getting into that, but agreed. Professor Gregory needs to die violently.
Yeah. So this is a combination of both of your rants.
But it is, yes. But I'm not going to do the rants.
No.
Listen to other podcasts. Listen to previous episodes. You'll probably find me ranting about something. That's not hard to find. But it's important that we, the audience, see the disdain in the wife's face.
Yes, I agree.
Because getting more into it, obviously, it's Happy Death Day. It's a horror movie. With no history of this movie, I'm like, okay. Then I learned it's a loop, because we kind of get that vibe. I'm like, okay, either her or obviously someone, or like most slashers, multiple someones. It's a horror movie with a sorority house. I'm expecting many people to die.
Yes.
But there's always a whodunit element to a slasher. Unless, of course,
Most of the time.
unless your slasher, unless your killer is like a big monster, like a Jason, or technically he's human, but like a Michael Myers.
Right.
Except when he's resurrected by the Druids. In which case, I think at that point he's a monster. He got resurrected. But you get my point. But like your screams,
there, I was getting ready to say
your I Know What You Did Last Summers, your
2000, where this movie is stuck in.
Yeah.
Those types.
There is an element of whodunitness. So it's important that we, the audience, see the wife's disdain. Because you know what? She is now. She's on the list.
She could be.
She
He
could
could
be.
be. Yeah.
So that gets broken up. She's headed back, I think, to her sorority. And we see people getting ready for some kind of college shindig. I don't know what's going. They don't really. It's not a dance. It's just a party. I don't know.
It's her surprise party.
Yeah, but there's also something going on campus.
I think they're getting ready for the big game or something. But
there's something going on.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And that's when we learned that this college mascot is a baby. And I went, that is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. That is the worst college I've ever not heard of.
I thought the same thing.
It looks stupid, and the concept is stupid. The baby mascot is a worse concept than the name of Tree.
I agree. The baby mascot thing is kind of stupid.
So she passes by a group of people. We'll call it the big game because it's never really explained because it doesn't really matter. But we'll say they're getting ready for the big game, and we see a group of college kids going to the game. But one of them is in all black hoodie, hood up, black pants, black shoes, hands in pocket. You can see no distinguishing feature, and over their face is the baby mascot mask. And he stops and he turns around and he watches Tree.
He's dressed like Death.
No, he's dressed like a douche.
Death's kind of a douche.
No, Death has the shroud and the cloak.
He's got his fucking bathrobe on.
Better than a hoodie.
With this giant fucking rake.
No.
Come on.
You know who wears hoodies? Children.
I wear hoodies.
Case in point. Children.
Anyway.
Now, are you one of these people that wears a hoodie when it's cold, but also shorts?
No.
Because I hate those people.
Yeah, no.
You know who's just the worst? You know who I just can't stand?
Fucking people.
I just want to be left alone. It is best for me and society as a whole if I can make money from home and never leave my house.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it? What'd you do? Nothing.
Didn't even put on pants today.
Nope. Didn't have to yell at anyone.
Didn't get yelled at.
Nope.
Didn't have to see anybody's stupid face with their hoodie and their stupid shorts on and it's fucking 12 degrees
It's
outside.
12 degrees. I got my hoodie on. You're wearing shorts and flip-flops, you tool. What the hell is the matter? Anywho,
Anyway,
we see a guy dressed in all black with the baby mask. And I want to bring this up too. Because this ends up being a red herring. Because they're like, hey, Tim, come on. And then he turns and runs off and joins his friends. He's like, oh, sorry, guys, I'm coming. The horror genre, and by extension, its brother, the thriller. I feel confident in that description.
okay.
I feel like the horror genre is some sort of sibling to the thriller genre. They are very closely linked.
I agree.
This is a genre full of classic, fantastic, iconic looks. The Michael Myers mask, the Jason hockey mask, the Freddy Krueger fedora and sweater, and the clawed glove,
With the silhouette.
the ghost face mask, the Predator helmet, the Xenomorph head, the Hannibal Lecter cannibal mask. There are Pennywise, the hair with the outfit. Like, there are so many fantastic, iconic looks.
Now we're adding a new one.
No. And then there is this. This dirty baby mask is god awful.
I agree.
And all I could think is, I can't take this killer seriously because he looks stupid. And I just spent the whole time going, I hope he gets his ass whipped because he deserves it. He looks awful.
You're running from a guy in a baby mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to run at those people. But he's got a knife. Good, he's going to need it.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Because I'm going to kick the shit out of baby mask guy.
Yeah, the look didn't work.
It's like, remember 2017, that general era? Remember the clown phase the internet went through? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, one buddy would secretly record their friend dressed as a clown with like a meat cleaver, and they would try to scare strangers. That never happened to me. And it's probably good that it didn't.
I'm surprised someone did get shot.
How did no one die during that era?
Yeah, I know, right? I don't understand it.
It's just a prank, bro.
Sorry, Cap.
Too late.
You're running at me with a knife. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, shit. Then his buddy, it was just a joke. Oh, man, he recorded me. Blat, blat.
Yeah.
Takes phone.
No witnesses.
Gotta go.
Sorry.
It's stupid mask. Awful. Now, Tree is walking through a tunnel. Apparently, this campus has a tunnel.
That's under construction of some sort?
They're building the tunnel?
I don't know.
It seems they had an idea for a set piece and then just made it work.
Did it work, though?
Kinda.
I don't know. With the music box sitting in the middle thing?
Okay, yes. So she's walking through this tunnel when all of a sudden, as she approaches the tunnel, there is a music box in the exact center of the tunnel playing. She's like, well, that's weird. And that creeps her out. Does she leave? Does she go around the tunnel? Does she leave?
This is a horror movie, so no.
Obviously, no. She goes through the tunnel and she sees, once again, Baby Mask Guy. And now she has to go through the tunnel with the music box. So she goes through the tunnel. He disappears. Here's what I don't understand. It's a classic porcelain wind-up music box. It plays. Tree walks past it. It stops. Tree is reaching the end of the tunnel, is getting nervous, looks back, nothing there, looks forward. Then it starts playing again. And I get that it's creepy and it's heightening the tension, but that's not how music boxes work.
Supernatural.
But see, here's my next problem. It's not.
I know.
If this were supernatural, okay. Or yes. But this doesn't, in the context of this film and its killer and what it's doing, this doesn't make any sense.
Correct. Doesn't fit.
We've talked about it time and time again. You may have a cool idea. That's great. Hold on to it. You may try to input that cool idea into your book, into your screenplay, into your whatever. Cool. Then you start editing. At some point, someone had to have realized this doesn't really work or make much sense. At that point, you either manipulate it and fix it so it does make sense, or you take it out and then you save that idea for a different project. They didn't do either of those. And now we have a moment in this movie that is distracting because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I don't know if they were trying to hint that this might be supernatural because there is this time loop thing. I don't understand, so it doesn't work on any level, like, at all.
No.
But that's just one small little thing.
Which is true.
Until we get to the next.
I mean, you could say,
Small
well,
little thing.
Jake, you're nitpicking again. That's true. I can't argue that. But also, this doesn't make any fucking sense. So it starts playing again. Tree freaks out, goes to run, gets tackled, and then stabbed in the face.
Yes.
But she does die. Wakes up in a dorm room.
Good morning.
Although,
Here's Carter again.
wouldn't you know it, she recognizes this room. Kind of. She doesn't totally recognize it, but she's starting to recognize different elements. Like the guy she's in the room with, because she asks for Tylenol. And he couldn't find it originally and has to look around. Well, now she knows where it is. And she's like, I think it's over there, under the clothes, top shelf, And he's like, been here before? And she's like, maybe? I'm not sure. And then the roommate comes in, bro, did you ever hit that fine vagina? And now she's like, I definitely remember that.
What a douche.
Thanks, dickhead. Or way to go, dickhead. Something, dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, Carter says that. Way to go, dickhead.
So she then relives her whole morning. The sprinklers, the car alarm, the passing out guy, the girl asking for her signature to stop global warming. Can we just agree petitions are pointless? Especially college petitions. What the hell is the petition that girl is asking people to sign?
To stop global warming.
Stop global. What does that mean?
Stop global warming.
What does that mean?
Stop global warming.
How?
Stop child hunger.
How?
If you get enough signatures, it just stops.
What does that
That
do?
is how the universe works.
I hate petitions.
This is what it works.
The idea of a petition is pointless.
Stop child abuse. What are we signing? Just to stop child abuse.
Cancel Ticket Price Podcast. I don't care.
Shit.
I don't care how many signatures you can get. I'll add it to my hate tub. Where I just, he's losing his fight with his microphone.
Your hate tub.
Where I just roll in all the hate people send me.
Stop domestic abuse.
I have a note here. Professor sucks too. I honestly can't even remember why I wrote that in this moment in time, other than
in the war on drugs.
Shut up. If you're not going to help, then be quiet.
Save the whales.
How? How am I saving whales? How are you saving the whales? Star Trek did more to save the whales in this petition.
Save the honeybees.
You're the only one laughing at these jokes.
I don't care.
Ah, yes, our audience, us.
Me. As long as I make myself laugh, I don't give a shit.
Love it. Professor shows up. He sucks. I don't know. Then Tree starts having little flashbacks, remembering her mom. I wrote, oh, her mom is obviously dead. Like, super obviously dead.
Very much so.
Then, a guy wearing all black in a baby mask pops up, and Tree punches him in the face. And I just went, yeah!
At the party.
At the party.
Yes.
And I just, see, I appreciate this. And we'll see it multiple times throughout the movie. The end gets a little bleh, but multiple times we see our heroine fight back.
Yes.
And that is what I like.
Me too.
I cannot stand, and gendered hero, heroine, doesn't care, just protagonist. I cannot stand the slasher protagonist of, and just, all they do is scream and run.
And fall.
And fall. They trip a lot. I hate that. It's so irritating to me. Fight back. Be interesting. Do something. I'm not saying all the characters have to be Dutch in Predator, where he makes a bow and rigs a bunch of traps and then sets the Predator on fire. But you know what? Be cooler if they were.
Hell yeah.
I'm not saying all slasher or horror movie protagonists have to be Ellen Ripley, who's got a flamethrower and a loading mech, and it's just like, get away from her, you bitch. But you know what? Be cooler if they were.
Yeah, Tree puts up a fight.
Now, we learn that she did not punch the killer. She punched the guy Danielle has a huge crush on. Parties, so surprise, birthday, parties going on. And Tree ends up going upstairs to face punched guy's bedroom.
Yes.
Because they're going to bang.
Yes.
Even though Tree knows Danielle, the leader of her sorority, has a huge crush on this guy.
She didn't care.
And it's definitely going to make enemies, but she doesn't really care.
Didn't care.
Also, in this scenario, if events had played out without interruption, she wakes up, presumably from a night of drunk sex that she cannot remember with Carter. She
Correct.
then would go on to have late morning, early afternoon sex with her professor.
Yes.
Then she would round out her evening with more sex with frat guy.
Yes.
I'm thinking of a word.
Sex.
It does start with S.
Super sex.
No, that's what I have.
Oh, sorry. Slut.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
There it
It
is.
is.
Found
Okay.
it. See, we dug around long enough.
She just likes the sex.
Hey, that's cool. That's, I guess, not getting into that soapbox. I'm kind of getting my soapbox. I'm not on my soapbox. My soapbox is just next to me.
You're Captain Morgan in it.
Kind of.
Got 1 foot on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not gonna get into it though. But God forbid everyone hold themselves to a level of fucking standard and you don't just run around like dogs in heat all the time. And I'm not just talking to the ladies. Well, he's being sexist to telling women. No, I'm talking to the guys. Actually, honestly, I think I'm more talking to the guys. Hold your gentlemen. Control your dicks. They don't control you. Act with a little class and dignity, you fucks.
Okay.
Anywho. He sneaks up on her, still in get up, She's like, really? We're going to do this again? He's like, oh, just kidding. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. And then he locks the door and turns on loud, obnoxious music. And now there's like a disco ball and colored strobe lights. And I'm like, this is sensory overload. This isn't Pleasure Dome. This is living hell.
Seizure Dome.
This Epilepsy Dome.
Yeah.
But also, he calls his room the Pleasure Dome. Douche. And here's the thing. Guys like this get laid all the time. So my question is for the ladies. Why? How does this work? Ladies out there, we have a comment section.
Don't know. Maybe it's the confidence.
Yeah, but there's also a thing is overconfidence. And now you're to the point where it's like, oh no, no, you're a douche. And the mood is over. I'm going to go now. Thanks for wasting my time.
I think she's kind of at that point. Actually, I know she's at that point.
How do these guys ever succeed?
The law of numbers.
You know what? I actually accept that answer.
But Tree is at that point. She's like, you know what? No.
So Pleasure Dome. She's like, turns around, and Pleasure Dome guy gets brutally murdered in the background. Oh, her phone goes off because Danielle's like, where are you? Are you upstairs with whatever douche? Oh, I hope you both died. How could you do this? Blah, 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 blah. Well, while Tree is looking at her texts,
I like this a lot.
That guy is getting brutally murdered in the background.
I like this so much.
And I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying this detracts from the movie. I'm just making a statement because it's funny. This has got to be the worst acted out stab murder ever committed to film. It looks awful.
It's terrible, but I think it's meant to.
Neither one of them know how to control their bodies. They have no idea what they're doing, and it looks ridiculous.
It definitely kicks up the comedy part of the horror comedy a whole lot.
Well, speaking of that, I also really like this next part. Tree turns around, sees the murderer, sees the killer, screams, grabs the frat house spank paddle, and then clubs that dude in the face. I just went, yeah! Get some, Samwise! Samwise, greatest horror movie heroine of all time.
Absolutely.
Samwise would get some. Spank paddle to the face. The killer tackles her, gets her on the bed, starts choking her to death. Drunk party guy walks into the door, sees a masked man on top of a girl, hands around her neck. She is screaming, help me, save me, don't leave, help me, help me, help me, help me. He looks at them, party, and leaves. And she's like, you fuck.
Social commentary.
And I went, drunk guy cool with rape.
Yeah.
Maybe that is a deep social commentary moment.
I think so.
So you're telling me that this was a football college? I said it, and I'm not taking it back.
No, you're not wrong.
Look at the statistics. If you want to go to the craziest sex and drug-fueled parties, you go to a theater college. You go to an acting college. If you want to be concerned that your daughter is going to be physically assaulted by multiple people who will then get off scot-free, football colleges.
Yeah.
And people wonder why I don't like football.
We can't do anything to jeopardize his future.
Right.
He has a good future in football.
While he takes VCR programming.
Pottery making.
Bowling.
Basket weaving, yeah.
Yeah. Where was I? Tree dies.
Tree dies. Yes. No. Yes.
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 So she wakes up and we go through it again. This time, however, she barricades herself in her room. She gets boards and a hammer and nails from somewhere.
The Home Depot.
Right next
right
to
on
the
campus,
right,
right next to the subway.
the campus Home Depot.
Every campus has one.
And barricades herself in her room. Tries to watch TV. Cannot find the remote. Turns it on manually. It's on some weird show that kind of ends up freaking her out a little bit. She tries to change it. Can't. Stands up. Turns the TV off. TV turns back on. So now you're going, okay, the killer has the remote.
Doesn't this part bring up like the news story about the serial killer that's in the hospital?
Yeah, I think it does.
Toombs.
John Toombs.
John Toombs.
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I saw this news footage, I went, "Oh my god, they're gonna Friday the 13th this bullshit," and John Toombs is gonna be the killer, a la Jason's mom. Even though we only kind of sort of see her one time, and her motives are shaky at best.
You don't think Friday the 13th was a deep, thought out whodunit?
No,
Okay.
I think they thought it was.
Yeah.
It's not though.
No, it's not.
You know what? And until we cover it for the show, I'm just gonna say it. Friday the 13th. 1 through X. Are there more than that?
Freddy versus Jason. The remake, they did a reboot of Jason, of Friday the 13th, rather.
Yeah.
So,
Blanket statement. All of them. Not worth the ticket price. Now, when we eventually cover them, I will be prepared to retract that statement. I'll be ready to be corrected. But I just went, oh my god. They're setting up, it could be this person, could be that person, it's gonna be this fucking tool. Anywho, Tree then begins looking like, okay, there's someone, the killer's in here. She gets a hammer, which I appreciate. That's a good weapon. And she's like, okay, oh, they've got to be in the bathroom. And she like begins to go search in the bathroom, hammer at the ready. TV turns on again or changes channels, whatever, distracts her. She goes to the TV again. I swear to God, she's like a fish. Cree is like a fish. Ooh, something shiny, and the fish goes this way. Ooh, something shiny, fish goes the other way. She can't focus on what she's doing ever.
I agree. Yes.
To which then the killer emerges from the bathroom and proceeds to kill her.
Creeping up on her slow as hell.
I have this in my notes, so I want to bring it up so people don't think I'm making it up. How long was Babyface in the bathroom without the roommate knowing? Because in this reliving of the day, Tree goes to her room. Her and her roommate have the cupcake exchange. To our knowledge, we never see Tree leave her room. She barricades it and she camps out. She never leaves. How the fuck does Babyface get in the bathroom? Next note, unless it's the roommate.
Teleportation.
It's not supernatural.
I mean, we don't know.
Well, the music box.
Exactly.
So if it's
teleportation,
if it's any of our possible suspects, that means they went into her room while the roommate was there. The roommate didn't notice or didn't care that there's a strange person sitting on her toilet. Left without saying anything about this person sitting on the toilet to Tree. Tree barricades the room, presumably, probably at least goes into the bathroom at some point, does not see them sitting on the toilet, then eventually gets murdered. But this person is sitting on this toilet for like 14 hours.
It's Roger Murtaugh.
Roger, there's a bomb. And no one's bothered by it.
Occupado!
But wait, because it's in my notes. This only makes sense if the roommate is the killer. Unless it's in my notes. Now, she wakes up again, then we get a montage. It's female empowering, I guess. Let me put it this way. It's supposed to be.
There's a lot of kind of campy aspects of this.
She realizes she is in a time loop and nothing matters. She is now at the Bill Murray stage of Groundhog's Day going, fuck it, I'll do whatever I want.
Yeah. The point where she's in the face paint of the camo with the night vision goggles. And then
I don't think we're there yet.
Well, that's part of the montage.
No, that's the second montage.
Is there more than one montage?
There's two montages.
I don't remember.
This is the montage where she's eating whatever she wants. She walks around campus naked.
Oh.
She throws a homeless or a wheelchair bound person down some stairs. I don't know. She's creeping on people. But the first montage is her knowing she has the consequence-free freedom to do whatever she wants. So she just kind of goes a little crazy. She's in the there are no consequences, I'm just going to have fun stage.
I thought that's the stage she was in at the beginning of her life.
That's how she was living her life already.
I don't know. I don't understand this.
So, yeah, no, she's like walking around naked and,
it's getting raw dogged.
Yeah.
Doesn't even care. Morning, noon, night.
She's making trips to the Pleasure Dome. Here's the thing. Okay, ladies. Oh, yeah, you're like this? Ladies, if you're the type of woman who sees the Pleasure Dome as a green light, I'll have you know that in my collection, stashed in a box of things from when I used to be cool, I have all original 151 Pokemon cards.
Whoa. You hear that? You hear that gush?
Don't say gush.
That's every female listener right now. Who whoosh.
Man, did you feel that earthquake as all the panties collectively dropped and hit the floor, hit the ground with so much force?
I almost fell out of my chair. Jesus.
So much force that it showed up on
we're gonna be turning into Waterworld here. Settle down.
I'm splashing in something. I'm just saying. Pokemon Master, ladies. My boy here, ladies, everyone listening, my boy Tevis over here has a priceless collection of Funko Pop figures.
Oh yes. I have over 300. So, hang on. Buckle up. Hang on for the earthquake.
Oh God.
There it is.
Oh, everything's
my
shaking.
God. We're so stupid.
It's Pleasure Dome levels of pathetic.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, if Pleasure Dome works, I bet our stuff will work.
Hell yeah.
We got game. Got hella game. I have Pleasure Dome levels of game. No, unfortunately, all I bring to the table is a mature sense of self.
Boring.
Who can listen to problems and then also provide an unselfish night of pleasure.
For myself.
No, it's unselfish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. I don't know what we're talking about.
Send all emails to Jake.
That's right.
Ticket price.
Hello, ladies.
Send all panties to.
Behold, all three legendary birds. Yes, they are holographic.
Whoa.
I would like you all to cast your eyes on a first edition holographic Charizard. Yes. I can't flash that around too much, though. The fainting of women, there's car accidents. It gets, when you have this level of game, you learn that with this kind of great power comes great responsibility.
That's why you need a job where you stay inside at home all the time.
At home.
Yeah.
I can't just be swinging with all this animal magnetism. What are we talking about? Okay. Tree wakes up. We go through a montage. She's killed a bunch more times. But Tree wakes up with new symptoms. Did you notice this?
Yeah,
So before, instead of just her headache, she's like her stomach hurts. She's getting dizzy. She has new symptoms.
I like this idea.
I did too, which we're not. Let's save it for the reveal. We're not there yet. We also learn that Carter's roommate is a bro because she is now trying to talk to Carter. She's trying to talk to anyone that she pseudo trusts with what the hell's going on. Can you help me? Carter doesn't believe her at first, but he's playing along with it genuinely, but I don't think he believes it's really happening. He's just like, okay, well, thought experiment. Let's work this out. And he's kind of giving her, funny looks, and she's like, look, dude, you took advantage of a drunk girl, so you don't get to have moral high ground. He goes, I didn't take advantage of you. What do you mean? We didn't. He's like, no, I was afraid you wouldn't make it home, so I brought you here. I let you sleep in my bed. I slept in my roommate's bed, and then my roommate slept in his car. And then I put in my note, roommate is a bro.
Absolutely.
Tevis, I got some fine vagina coming. I need you to just not be in the room tonight.
You better sleep on the floor. I'm sleeping in my bed.
Then you better have earmuffs because it's going to be loud. It's going to be weird. I make a lot of noises. Many of them are animalistic.
I mean, Charizard level.
Squirtle. Squirtle.
God.
Bulbasaur. Snorlax.
The whole Squirtle thing.
Haunter. Haunter.
I don't know any of this.
Hunter.
Oh my God.
What makes it better? You don't even know
I
what
have no idea.
It makes it better. But no, roommate is a bro. But she ends up getting really sick and goes to the hospital. Carter's with her. Then the power goes out there's rolling blackouts. Power goes out. Lights come on. Gregory, the professor, is now
materialized,
ominously standing behind Carter in a threatening manner. And I'm going, what the fuck?
He's jealous.
He does have that look on his face,
Yeah.
like, who the fuck are you? But he's like, visiting hours are over. And I'm like, oh, you're kind of marking your territory. You're trying to. I would fight him.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, if you've listened to past episodes, I have never let a college professor not hear my opinion. So the fact that he's a professor means dick all to me. Carter leaves. And this is actually going back to what you had mentioned. We're going to take the pin out of it. Professor Greg mentions that he's having trouble pulling up her medical records because the records he's been able to get / have access to do not in any way coincide with the injuries her x-rays and examinations have shown. Meaning, every time she gets killed, it is having some sort of permanent effect on her body. She's not developing scars, but it is maybe internal injuries.
Internal scars.
Yeah,
maybe.
some kind of internal injuries. Because, I mean, she's blown up, she's stabbed, she's choked out, she's drowned, she's... you name it.
Pretty much everything.
But they are having long-term ramifications. And I thought that was, like you were saying, I think this is a really cool twist to the Groundhog's Day idea.
I agree.
Is that, oh man, there is a level of consequence. Not in her actions, but more in her inaction. in her not uncovering her killer and breaking the cycle.
So it's basically putting a time limit.
She
on
even
it.
says,
Yeah.
I have a time limit. She only has a limited number of resets before her body will just not be able to sustain it anymore.
Yeah, 'cause she even says too, like she's getting weaker
Yeah,
every
she's starting to
reboot.
feel it. Hopefully that resets when the cycle broke, because that would not be good if it doesn't. But as far as, we've made a lot of commentary about this movie, but this is actually a really cool um, twist to the concept.
Yes.
I liked
I
this.
did too.
Oh, it's not she couldn't pull a Bill Murray and be in that world for 10, 20 years.
No,
She doesn't have that kind of time.
no, because this is even a different world than Bill Murray. Because Bill Murray it would reset at midnight.
Right. Hers resets at 12, 17, whatever it is.
Yeah, but I don't. Does she ever make it through alive?
No.
No, because I think it's every time she dies, and no matter what she does, unless she finds out who's killing her, she's gonna die.
But she also always dies at roughly the same time.
Right.
She not only does she not survive any of these nights before the reset, um she never sees the next day.
Right.
She is always killed before the sun comes up to start the new day.
Yes, because she even thinks she's got away when she escapes the hospital in that car.
Right.
And and I actually kind of like this part, but she thinks she made it, and comes to find out she doesn't.
Right. So she asks Gregory, "Hey, can you get me a soda?" No problem. He goes to the vending machine, gets a soda. When he comes back, she's gone. And he's going, "Oh, what? That's not good." Not because he's the killer, but definitely because she probably shouldn't be walking around. She has massive internal injuries. We see her, she has snuck into Greg's office. And in his desk drawer are a number of keys, blank, dorm room looking keys.
And
And underneath that, in a false bottom, or what looked like a false bottom, it might have just been another drawer. I couldn't really tell.
yeah, I think it was just another drawer.
A baby mask.
For reasons? Red herring?
Poor writing for a red herring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she steals his car keys. He eventually finds her, but then he is brutally murdered by the actual killer.
Yes.
She makes it to the car park. There's some cat and mouse. She gets in the car. She escapes. She's then... Oh, go ahead.
These movies do one thing.
Define these movies.
These kind of horror movie, like Scream and
slashers.
slasher movies do one thing that kind of irritate me a little bit that this movie does differently.
Mm-hmm.
They always have the protagonist running away, and then you'll cut, and then you'll see the killer chasing them.
Yeah.
This one does something I like a lot, and it kind of creeped me out a little bit, where you see them both in the same shot, and he's basically running at her, hunting her down, and she's in the same shot trying to get away. For some reason, it's not done very often. It's always a shot of her running, and then cuts, and then there's a shot of him behind her, like
usually walking.
But with them both in the same shot, you get the sense of, oh, he's closing in on her.
It actually gives it the chase energy.
Yes, and it's just a heightened sense of, hurry the fuck up, girl, run.
But that's also an interesting, if we dive into this a little deeper, how many slasher movies actually involve chasing versus stalking? Michael Myers doesn't chase.
No.
He stalks. Laurie's sprinting down the street. He is walking with purpose after her, but he's not really chasing her. He's not in a great hurry to catch her. Right. This isn't a gazelle running from a cheetah. He's stalking. Jason stalks. Freddy ambushes, but you get my point. Yeah. Ghostface sets little traps. Although Ghostface, there would be the scenes of him chasing what's her face around the house, up the stairs.
Yeah.
That has the same vibe, I think, of what you're talking.
Yeah.
It's not. You're right. It's not that often that you see protagonist, antagonist, both running in the same shot in what would genuinely be a chase.
Yes. And I appreciate that a lot.
It does create a different vibe.
It does.
Maybe we do need more of that.
I think so.
Let me put it this way. You know what we definitely don't need more of? Slow walking.
Exactly.
I think the era of the slow walking slasher
It's over.
we can put that to rest with slow zombies. No one does slow zombie movies anymore because slow zombies aren't scary. Slow zombies would be an attraction at a theme park.
Yes.
Hey, all you weirdos out there, and I can say that because I'd be first one in line. What we've done is we've created a fake mall loaded with slow zombies. Sign this waiver, and you get 6 hours to do whatever the fuck you want.
That would be cool.
That's the issue. You hear that and go, that would be cool. You're not thinking, I'm going to be trapped with zombies for 6 hours. You're thinking, I'm going to Dead Rising
Exactly.
my way through a mall. It's like, oh, everyone's going to be wearing silly hats, and I'm going to find the bowling ball store and just see how many legs I can break. Like, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Maybe the stalker, the stalking slasher, the walking one, needs to just be retired.
I agree.
I'd be okay with that. They've had their era.
Yes.
Food for thought. Tree escapes in the car. She's eventually pulled over by the cops, where she begins freaking out because she doesn't want to get arrested. And I'm watching this going, why are you upset by this? This should be like, oh, thank God. Or even if it does end with her getting arrested, that's okay.
Well, she does tell the cop. She's like, wait, if you arrest me, you're going to put me in jail and lock me up? And he's like, yeah, that's usually what happens. I'm drunk.
And I'm high.
And I'm high.
I'm drunk and high. I'm drunk on drugs. She figures out, I wrote it before she figured it, because she's like, oh God, she does the tip. Oh shit, I'm being pulled over. I'm going to get a ticket. Oh my God. But then she realizes, oh no, wait,
This is a good thing.
This is a good thing. And
Yeah.
so that was funny.
That was funny.
Although I hated this cop. In the beginning, it was fine. He's very, wait, if I am, drunk, or, if I am under the influence, I'm going to go to jail. Yeah, that's usually how this works. That was fine. He gets her out of the car. Tree is in a hospital gown with the medical ID bracelet. She has obviously just got out of a hospital with none of her belongings. He is oblivious to this fact.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, he gets what he deserves, though, for being
right,
so
but
oblivious.
this is dumb. This
Yeah.
is a major glaring issue. Even a single line of dialogue could have fixed my issue here.
Okay.
But the fact that it's something so blatantly obvious that anyone would notice, and then it goes unnoticed, that irritates me.
I agree.
Like that doesn't work. Anyway, she's arrested. She gets handcuffed. She's put in the car. Cop is hit by a car.
I love this.
And he gets splattered.
He does.
Tree's trapped in the back seat of a locked police car with her hands cuffed.
And there's gas.
And there's now, because the car that hit the cop also hit the cop car, as we see, is being driven by Babyface. Babyface gets out, menacingly looks into the window for reasons, sees its Tree, but that doesn't make sense.
Oh, he knew. Babyface
Why
knew.
did he get out to menacingly stare at her?
For that reason.
That doesn't make any sense.
It didn't say it made sense. I'm just saying that's the reason.
I don't like this.
That's the reason.
Babyface then goes back into his car and then holds a lit birthday candle out the window. That is when Tree notices that the car she's in is spewing gas, and it has left a very convenient trail to just below Babyface's window.
Of course.
Hold on. Um, convenient gas trail is convenient,
Plot.
and then drops the candle. She goes, "Oh shit!" Explodes. Let me go back to my notes here. Why the fuck does he have a birthday candle? The only person who knows it's her birthday is the roommate.
Huh.
Huh.
Huh. The
Hmm.
mystery thickens.
Chin scratch. They also make a big deal that the roommate is the only one who knows it's her fucking birthday. Chin scratch. She wakes up. Da, da, da. She doesn't have infinite revive. She learns this. She grows closer with Carter. Eventually, I think now there is the montage of she's trying to figure out suspects. Unless that was all one big montage and I'm misremembering, which is possible. But if so, that's a big no, because they were different songs.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
It's true, because eventually her and Carter write out a list of suspects. She realizes she can't do this forever. She's got to find the killer. Then we get the montage of her creeping on everyone.
Right.
Then she tries to fight Danielle. They both get hit by a car and die. She revives, not her. She finds out that a guy she went on one date with, and he's kind of obsessed with her. And she keeps blowing him off, and he's being real creepy and suspicious. Come to find out, he's gay. And so she writes him off because she's then murdered while watching him watch gay porn.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And she starts systematically taking everyone off of her suspect list. Then we get another moment of the fucking TV guy. She has a slight moment of growth. And I specify she has a slight moment of growth. Her and Carter talk about her dead mom. She makes it to the lunch appointment with her dad for her birthday that she's been blowing off every other time. And she has an honest conversation with him. She doesn't like what their relationship is anymore. She's tired. She doesn't like how distant they've become because the death of the mom that coincidentally also happened on their shared birthday. She does, and so that maybe together, if they have honest conversation, they can actually both heal and come together. And I'm like, that's really nice. I like, especially as a dad of daughters, I liked that scene a lot. I appreciated that. She's nice and actually signs the global warming thing and stops global warming with her signature. She brings a pillow so passed out guy lands on a pillow instead of just eating shit in the middle of the commons. She warns the couple that the sprinklers are going to turn on. She not only saves Becky from being maligned and fat shamed for getting breakfast, she brings her own breakfast and just starts eating like a pig to draw attention away from Becky and to point out how ridiculous Danielle's being, and then pours chocolate milk on Danielle's head. Pause. I have an issue.
She's growing like a tree.
I have a big issue with this movie. And the amount of wasted chocolate milk is gratuitous, and I hate it.
Okay.
I think we're all there. I don't feel like I need to elaborate on that. But she realizes she doesn't like who she's become. And I don't think she's ever liked who she was, but she hadn't grown enough to actually look in the mirror. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Like, I think if she ever stopped long enough, she would have always hated what she became, but she never stopped. Now she's been forced to.
Yes.
So that's nice. Except, is it? It felt really
Convenient,
well,
forced.
forced. It felt really like, man, you just woke up one of these repeating mornings with an apostrophe.
You mean an epiphany?
Ah, there it is. I'm gonna make you do that joke until you're 90. Um, because you can't not compare this to Groundhog's Day
No, it's impossible.
because it repeats. It's the same mechanic, despite being very different movies. But Bill Murray's character's transformation in Groundhog's Day is slow and it progresses and he takes steps forward and then he takes steps back and we see him evolve and it feels organic and it works. Trees change hits you like a cop being struck by a car. And you're just like, I get it, but the reason she's now all of a sudden experiencing all of this change all at one time is because the plot dictates that she literally has to at this moment.
Yeah.
It's not like one of the revives, she signs the thing. And then another revive, she warns the couple about the sprinklers. Or another revive, she has a heart-to-heart with her dad. Or another revive, she connects more with her roommate and accepts the cupcake. We see no building. It's just all at one time. And I think that's what ruins what should be a nice moment.
That's fair.
It's complete bitch to not. And it doesn't work for me. She acts the same over and over and over and over, and then she doesn't. I feel like this needed to be spaced out some.
I feel there might have been a little bit with Carter, a little bit more progression with Carter.
Yes.
But as you're right, with the rest of it, there's not any. So maybe it's Carter, and we do find out later that it is Carter who she's realizing what she is because of Carter.
Right. But that's their relationship growing.
Yes.
That's not her changing or her personal growth.
Correct.
He's spurring it on, but in the same way that Bill Murray's growing affection for what's her face spurs his change. But at the end of the day, he still has to experience that change. And we still see him going through the steps of those changes. Tree doesn't go through the steps. She just hits a light switch.
True.
That doesn't work. She learns that John Toombs, because she is attacked by John Toombs at one point, because he is being held at the hospital on campus. Then it's extremely convenient. He murdered Tree's mom.
Did he?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Because it talks about how maybe, unless I'm drawing lines that I'm not remembering right, I think he might have coincidentally killed Tree's mom. Now, as I say that, God, I hope that's not true. He's looking it up. Regardless, take that fact out of it until we know for sure. But you have a female targeting serial killer on a college campus or in a college campus hospital. He escapes. And then Mr. Toombs begins hunting.
Oh, it says she just passed away in an unknown year.
John Toombs.
We're going to say no.
But now the convenient serial killer on a campus hospital?
Of course. Where else would you put him?
I guess. Seems weird. He escapes. We learn he's the killer. He kills Carter. She's trying to escape him. Carter comes to her aid. tackles Toombs. They get into a scuffle, but Toombs kills him because Toombs is a grown-ass man. Carter is about as big around as this microphone stand.
He's a child.
He's such a child. And that fight goes poorly. Tree gets Toombs down and is about to finish him, but realizes, oh, wait. If I break the cycle, Carter's dead forever. So she hangs herself to restart the day, now knowing who it is and can better prepare.
I'm not gonna lie, when we find out Toombs was the killer, that bummed me out.
Yeah, because it's Jason's mom.
Yeah.
You have this list of suspects, and then the actual killer ends up being a nobody
Yeah.
that got referenced in the background like Jason's mom.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And you just go, motherfucker, this sucks. Checks notes. Toombs is the killer. This makes me angry.
Me too.
So she now prepares. She goes full Rambo. She accessorizes.
I love it. So stupid.
She gets, the camo pants and the tank top, and she pulls her hair back, and she's got combat boots.
She's got a big old knife.
Yeah, she's got a big knife from the campus Home Depot.
Yeah.
As we established, where she got the boards.
I don't know why you're having such a problem wrapping your head around this.
Campus Home Depot?
Right next to the campus hospital.
Which is across the street from the Subway.
Exactly.
Got it.
Where you get the free chocolate milk with every Subway footlong
that
order.
They keep wasting. They throw it on the ground. They dump it on people's heads.
It's free.
It gets knocked out of... It's not a matter of free. It's a matter of wasteful. Those chocolate cows gave their all to produce chocolate milk, and it's just being wasted. And I hate it. I drink two things. Water and chocolate milk. And that's it, baby. And I will not tolerate this waste.
It's shameful.
So she gets ready. She's definitely going to jail. No matter what happens, she's definitely going to jail. Because she holds a knife to a cop's throat and takes his gun.
Yeah.
And then when inevitably asked, why did you do that? Her answer is going to be to murder a serial killer.
To break the time loop.
No one's going to believe that.
No.
She's definitely going to jail.
She's going to be in a white jacket.
No, I bet they find her competent.
You think so?
Yes.
Not if she drops the time loop thing.
No, I think they're going to be like, that's stupid. You're going to jail. You're going to general population, and you're going to become someone's bitch.
Possibly.
So she goes through this big fight with Toombs. She does eventually kill him. Then she celebrates with Carter. They share her birthday cupcake. Presumably they bang. Because when asked after Carter sacrifices himself, and she realizes how much she does care for him and the kind of guy he is, that he died for her. And the fact that that got reset is irrelevant. He died for her. That's the kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
And that's how he feels about her. Because they're like, do you know him? And like, yeah. Did you sleep together? No, but I'm definitely going to have his babies. So they haven't slept together yet. Presumably they eat a cupcake and then smash. And then she wakes up in Carter's room. But it's been reset. And she loses her shit. Because it should be over. She killed Toombs. She did it. Then she goes back to her dorm. She's trying to figure it out. She doesn't know what's going on. Then she puts it together. It couldn't have been Toombs, because killing Toombs didn't break the cycle. But who is the common thread? Well, there was only one person ever in their bedroom. The roommate. There was only one person that ever knew it was her birthday, and she died a number of ways revolving around the fact that it is her birthday, like the candle that lit the gas trail. She's a nurse. She has access to Toombs and would have been able to set him free so he could go on his killing spree to cover tracks of the actual killer, and would have had access to drugs and or chemicals to poison a cupcake.
Oh.
And now it's revealed that the roommate Lori is the real killer. And this may have disappointed me more than random tombs. They get into a really bad cat fight. It's stupid. Come to find out, the motive is Tree has been sleeping with Professor Gregory. Lori wishes she was sleeping with Professor Gregory, and Tree is in the way.
Yeah. Little jealousy.
Except I don't know if I buy that. That rationale does not work for me.
Me either.
Because if Professor Gregory is cool with sleeping with Tree,
Absolutely.
he will also be cool with sleeping with Lori.
Yes, he would.
So this doesn't work.
He'd be like, me and Tree are on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Come back on Thursday.
Yeah. Or come back at 4.
Yeah.
See, it's 1:30 now. Come back about 4, and it's fine. So that's stupid. The cat fight is stupid. And I'm not saying that as a derogatory term for two women fighting. I mean, that's literally what this is. It's slapping, it's hair pulling, it's clawing, it's biting. It's a cat fight. Lori has Tree pinned down on the bed. She's going to finish her off. Tree grabs the poison cupcake and drops the immortal line. The all-time pantheon of hero one-liners. Eat it, bitch! And stuffs the cupcake in her mouth. Lori begins freaking out because she knows it's poisoned, is trying to wipe it out of her mouth, to which then Tree drop kicks her out the window, a la that goblin from Lord of the Rings.
Hell yeah.
And Lori does a backflip out of a second or third story window, falls on the concrete, and dies.
Eat it, bitch.
Eat it, bitch. Tree then does still have her nice romantic night with Carter. She wakes up the next day. He plays a really bad joke, like it reset again, which is a little messed up.
A tad bit.
But then they play around and then do it again.
Oh yeah.
And then roll credits.
Yeah, they go to the diner, and he's like, "You know what your day reminds me of?"
Oh my god, I forgot about this. Oh my god.
It reminds me of Groundhog's Day.
What?
What? Bill Murray?
Who's Bill Murray?
Who's Bill Murray? And I wanted to slap her.
And he's like, no, your situation sounds exactly like the Bill Murray movie Groundhog's Day. Groundhog Day? Groundhog's Day.
Hog.
Hogs.
One.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's with an apostrophe S for ownership. It's the Groundhog's Day.
It's a Groundhog Day.
What does that mean?
It's his day.
Right, so it would have an apostrophe S.
No. Groundhog.
No, Groundhog's Day.
Roll credits.
Roll credits. They even drop a meta reference about the OG reliving the same day over and over movie. Hated that. I think we're there.
We're there.
Woo! IMDb 6.6.
That's fair.
Rotten Tomatoes 70. Nice, even 70.
Too high.
Too high?
Too high.
It does feel a tad high, doesn't it?
Yes.
As high as a tree was in the back of that car. I'm drunk. And I'm high. All right. Ebert.com.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
It doesn't seem to enjoy its own ridiculous concept enough, and yet refuses to stage any set pieces that feel honestly scary either. 2 stars. And actually, I really like the general the general vibe that they're going for in this particular review, is that it's a horror comedy that doesn't lean far enough to one side or the other. You
I
could
agree.
be a horror movie that also makes you laugh, a la Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger is funny.
Yes, he is.
Freddy Krueger makes me laugh. Nightmare on Elm Street is scary. Or make it a comedy horror movie, a la Tucker and Dale versus Evil, where
Very good.
it's very comedic with horror elements that they then kind of twist to make it more funny. They don't do either of that. They just stay in the middle lane, and it lessens both elements.
I agree with that.
The Guardian
I think that's the first time I've actually
had
enjoyed a Ebert
related review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ebert.com. So yeah.
The Guardian, 3 out of 5 stars. One of the most breezily enjoyable teen movies in recent years. 3 out of 5 stars, normal, average, that's fine.
Middle of the road.
But Guardian enjoyed it. The Guardian review is very positive, just in the sense that, like, it's a fun, you sit back, you don't have to think about it, just hang out with your friends, talk, make jokes, eat your popcorn, and enjoy a silly teen movie. And from that respect, I get what they're saying.
Yeah. Okay.
I get it. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, he's going first.
I really enjoy the repeating the same day films. I like the idea of it. I like what they can do with it. Edge of Tomorrow, Tom Cruise.
I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
I like that one a lot. There's one with Frank Grillo and Mel Gibson, Boss Level.
No, I don't know that one.
That one's very enjoyable too. It's more of a video game type of thing.
Sure.
But it's really enjoyable too. They do a lot of clever
Yeah.
things in that movie.
Now, I did see the one with Andy Samberg.
That one I have not seen.
Okay. I can't even remember the name of it. Basically, he's at a wedding. It's not his wedding. He's just a guest at a wedding, and he falls into like he accidentally stumbles on like a cosmic mishap, like a glitch in the space time.
Really?
And so now he's trapped in this repeating day. But they explain it as like a cosmic phenomenon, and it just so happens he got caught in it.
Yeah.
And he's there for decades.
Yeah, and they don't explain anything in this
No.
as to why, and I don't have a problem with that. Especially for what this is. It's just a dumb horror slasher comedy thriller, I guess. Who done it? Kind of. I agree with Ebert. They don't commit enough to one thing or the other. I wish they would have leaned into the whodunit aspect of it a little more, or even the horror. It's kind of all over the place. It doesn't know what it wants to be, and that bothers me. Because one, I didn't laugh hardly at all. I wasn't really scared at any point. There wasn't any point in the movie where I was nervous for our protagonist because it didn't matter that she's going to die anyway. But there wasn't even any point of I didn't care who the killer was. So it didn't matter. And then when they show its tombs, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of stupid. And then when they show who it actually was, I was like, okay, that's kind of stupid too. So,
oh, wait.
Yeah.
No, that's also stupid.
Yeah. And to say that this is one of those movies where you don't have to think, you can just put your brain on the side table and eat your popcorn and have fun. It's not even that. It's a meh. That's what this is. This whole movie was a meh. There are some moments on it that I enjoyed, but as a whole, no. Skip it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the ticket price.
No, there it is. I'm trying to think of what do I say? What do I add?
Save the dolphins!
Oh, I'll sign. Boom, they're saved. Every signature saves one dolphin. Guaranteed. That's how petitions work. I agree with your agreement of our agreement of Ebert. Something, agree. This movie doesn't pick a lane, which can be tricky when you're trying to do a horror comedy. But if I'm being honest, should it have picked a lane? Probably. But knowing the humor that was in this movie, I honestly don't know if I would have wanted them to go harder on that.
There was humor in this movie?
She walked through the commons naked, Tevis. That guy she went on a date with was watching gay porn.
Oh. Okay.
That Asian guy repeatedly said the words fine vagina.
That's funny. No.
So I don't actually know if I would have wanted them to lean more into the comedy of this movie. Nor do I. And I'm sorry. Your killer is a douche in a hoodie and the world's worst babyface mask. And it's tied with all other babyface masks. You have a killer that looks terrible. So how do you lean more onto the horror side when your villain is a joke? So that's not going to work either. So for the concepts presented, maybe middle of the road was best. Unfortunately, its best just wasn't very good. Like you, I didn't care. There were no stakes. I didn't like my main character. Typically, you want to write a main character that is immediately empathetic. That way you hook your audience into having some level of emotional care, emotional attachment to them. So then as the story plays out, you're at least somewhat invested. And then hopefully, as you get to know more and more about this character, you become more and more invested. That way, when you get to the climax of your movie, your audience is all in and are waiting with bated breath about what happens. We're not even close to being there. Not even close. And the problem is, our main character is a bitch. Our main character is a bitch for most of the movie. Now, you might say, Jake, you liked Groundhog's Day, and you liked Bill Murray's character. And I will say, you are correct, sir. Or ma'am, whoever you are. Whatever you are, I don't care. But that works because it's so carefully crafted. Bill Murray's character is a dickhead, but he's a funny dickhead. So in spite of him being a douche, you like him at least a little bit because he's funny. So you have a hook to attach onto an unlikable character. Then we see him slowly evolve into a good person that we become empathetic for. And that's the difference. Groundhog's Day hooks us with a character that we're not rooting for, but we enjoy watching him on screen. And then it makes us care, and it makes us eventually root for him. Happy Death Day doesn't do that. We have an unlikable character with zero likable traits to attach to. Then she never grows. It just happens. I can't connect with that either. They turned on a light bulb. Cool. I guess I like the room better lit, but it's not really all that different from when it was dark. So I don't care. The killer is dumb. The humor is dated and lame. A nitpick is a nitpick, except when it's every other scene. And then at that point, individually, you may be nitpicking, but collectively, You were pointing out major writing issues.
Lots of plot holes.
Lots of conveniences.
Yes.
It's just... So, Happy Death Day. Is it worth the ticket price? No. And you can take this 30-something-year-old man's opinion about this teen movie to the bank. Because Tevis and I are obviously the demographic it was going for.
We're hip.
We are hip. We're wizard.
Oh, God, my hip.
Boss. Boss Nova.
You were talking about there was no stakes.
Chevy Nova?
Bossa Nova.
Ah.
So you're saying that you did bring up that this movie has no stakes. But they did something that would have given them stakes with her getting trauma every time she dies and comes back.
Yes.
But they don't ever do anything with that.
And that's also part of the problem.
That is part of the problem.
Okay, we have Tree. She's a bitch, but we give her one trait. Maybe she wakes up from a dream of her mother passing. We just need something. We need a hook to make us see the humanity in her, to make us care. And then it's like, oh man, she's dealing with the grief of having lost her mom. That's why she's this way. We now see it. She's not a Karen, right? We now know that this is a coping mechanism. We can understand that. We are on her side now. And hopefully she can get past this point of it and get to the next stage. And ideally that stage being acceptance, right? We would then want her to reach that level. Where this is, we don't know she's going through that. And by the time we find out, we don't care. It's too late.
Yes.
Then we find out that, oh man, these deaths are taking a toll on her. And she has a timeline. There will be a time where she dies and will not wake up. Cool. But they don't do anything with it. If they had been subtly, oh so subtly, playing with that until the reveal, maybe, I don't, and she never dies like that, but just thinking out loud. Maybe one of her deaths, she jumps or gets knocked out of a window, breaks a leg. Killer is able to catch her, kill her. All right. She wakes up and slightly limps.
Yes.
Maybe she gets stabbed in the stomach or something, wakes up and is vomiting. Something that we the audience can then connect the dots of, oh no, she's now limping and now her deaths directly correlate into, they are having an effect. This isn't free resets. Now we're getting somewhere. But you have to establish it and then you have to maintain it. This movie doesn't do either.
No, because she says, I'm getting weaker every time.
Except she doesn't.
But at the end, she's fighting her roommate and there's no weakness at all.
She dresses up like Rambo and fights John Toombs, a grown-ass man.
Yeah. With no weakness at all. No.
There's no weakness.
So it's brought up. It's an interesting little tidbit that we're toyed with and then totally disregard.
Yes.
And that's annoying.
This movie could have worked.
It could have.
But they never make us or let us care about our main character. And they never actually do anything with the one unique twist on the repeating day story idea to actually make it meaningful.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in this movie.
Yeah.
Because this could have been really cool.
This could have been cool. So, it's not worth it.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, man. Thanks, Dad. Much like Tree's dad, not angry, just disappointed. So there we go. Okay. I think, man, I feel like we've been on a string of movies that...
Turds?
Not turds, just... I feel like a lot of times we circle back to a fundamental issue of if we don't care about your character, we do not care about what happens to them in your movie.
Agreed.
It is the basic number one principle of writing. Short stories, books, comic books, graphic novels, screenplays, sitcoms. If we don't like your character or characters, we're not going to like your movie. And here we are again.
It's pretty simple, I think. I mean, it's not a simple process to write a character that you like. If it was simple, everybody could do it. But it's just a simple concept.
It is a simple rule number one.
Right.
Make an empathetic character. That's not simple to achieve, but it's very simple to understand.
Yes.
Ugh. All right.
All right, where are we at? What are we doing?
So, two things.
Two things.
This
Number
is-
one.
This is episode 60.
Oh, yes.
Meaning, with the completion of this episode, we will be diving into top 10 territory again, which is always my personal favorite.
Same.
So, stay tuned for those bonus episodes as we will rank episodes 51 through 60. Favorite movie to least favorite movie, best character of each movie, worst character of each movie. Always excited for that. And good Sir Tevis, what is our next October Spookathon movie?
Okay, so we are diving into Netflix territory.
That is scary.
Yes.
The idea that I have to watch a Netflix movie is scarier than anything I've seen so far.
I have watched not a ton of Netflix films, but a handful,
Sure.
6 or 7. And I've enjoyed one of them, and not enough that I would rewatch that one.
Just one you weren't violently angry.
Exactly. So I don't have high hopes for this, but we'll see.
Okay.
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 We are doing Under Paris.
Wasn't that the porn video Paris Hilton made?
Yes. It's the one where she has the strap on and she's doing it to the guy because they're under Paris.
Yeah, I own it.
I know you did. I
Oh,
borrowed
thank
it
you.
from you. No,
Go on.
you just didn't know I borrowed it from you. No, it's the shark movie Under Paris. The shark is in the
Oh my. Okay.
river.
Yes.
Is it
yes.
the Seine River?
I don't speak French.
I don't either.
Lloyd, the French are assholes. Shout out to our French listeners. Love you guys. No, okay. Yes. I can think of the Netflix picture, like, hey, watch this.
Correct.
Yes. So I think I know what you're talking about. It's a shark movie.
It's a shark movie.
Okay, hear me out. I haven't seen this. I have no history with this movie, so maybe I'm wrong. There has not been a good
No.
shark movie before,
No. I know
congruent
exactly where you're going.
with or since the original Jaws, right?
I've seen a number of shark movies. And no, there has not.
Now, I know there are some modern audiences who are going to shout Deep Blue Sea. We have not seen Deep Blue Sea for the show. Maybe we will. We probably will. There's only so many movies. But as someone who has watched it within the last 12 months recently, no, Deep Blue Sea sucks. And you are remembering watching it as a younger audience member and thinking it was cool, but I assure you, it's not.
I'm not going to say.
On Deep Blue Sea?
No. not gonna
You
say.
like Deep Blue Sea?
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
That's what I'm saying.
And the only thing I can remember is Sam Jackson.
Who dies almost immediately in the
Ridiculous.
worst CGI shark attack ever committed to film.
Absolutely.
You mean you don't remember a shark trapping LL Cool J in his giant oven and then turning it on to cook him alive? So he then has to take the little emergency fire axe he has and cut his way into the top oven to avoid being cooked alive. Then, as the oven gases flood the room, he strikes his lighter and throws it into the shark's mouth so it explodes while simultaneously diving into the water and drops the epic one-liner, "You ate my bird."
That sounds amazing.
Right?
No,
You're telling me that is what that is you're going, yeah, baby.
fucking Steven Spielberg wishes he would have come up with that. So yeah, Under Paris.
Under Paris.
That is what we're doing next.
Not the adult film, but the
not
shark
yet.
movie.
Not yet.
We have not made it to the adult films of Hollywood. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much. What you have quit looking at porn while we're recording.
I'm previewing Under Paris. Oh my.
Oh my. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Big strap on.
Thank you for listening to the dumbest podcast on the internet, Ticket Price. I'm Jake, that's Tevis. This has been Happy Death Day. Tune in next week as we watch Under Paris, the shark movie. And as always, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and good night.